Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com, and we are talking something that is very, very important within the world of prop firms and futures. And that is a characteristic of a prop firm that you've got to really be able to understand the dynamic because it's going to situate you in either a really bad spot or in the spot that you want to be in. So let me just first start off by going through a couple of key overall ways that a prop firm will market to you. And I'm not saying any of this is deceptive because it's not. I'm just saying that the big way that a prop firm will market to you, and I'm using the prop firm that I use and recommend, Take Profit Trader. I'll put a link down below. Make sure you use that link so you can get the discount. But I'm just using them because, again, I'm willing to put my name next to them. I like them as a prop firm. They pay very quickly, they pay whenever you want. So there's a lot of good things going on with that. But the way a prop firm will market to you is a size of the account. So we'll come down here and right here, you have a 25,000 size account, a 50,000 size account, 75,000, so on and so forth, up to a 150,000 size account. Now, if you're a beginner just getting started, you're thinking, okay, wow, $50,000. Okay. So the account exists as long as it's, above zero, right? That's how your mind would work. I have an account as long as I have at least $1 in it, right? It may only be a $1 account, but it is still an account. However, that's not how it works within prop firm trading. You're not purchasing a size of the account in the sense of you have $50,000 to risk. Now, you do have $50,000 worth of purchasing power. That part is true, but you do not have $50,000 worth of risk. And I want to hammer this home because, yes, you would think if you have $50,000, that means you can lose up to $50,000 before your account's at zero, and basically you don't have an account. Not the case here. And what you need to understand is this. Yes, they are marketed to you in sense of the size of the account, but the number that ultimately matters the most to you is this right here. How much are you allowed to lose? What is the drawdown amount? Drawdown just means the amount that you can lose. So in this situation, you are able to lose $2,000. But if you lose more than $2,000, the account is gone. They will take the account away from you. Now, when you lose it, or not when, but if you lose $2,000, you're not actually losing $2,000 in this situation. You would only lose the cost of the account, which is $85. But my point here is the quote unquote size of the account you're actually purchasing is whatever the drawdown amount is. So here you're purchasing and getting $50,000 worth of purchasing power, but you really only have a $2,000 account because that's the amount you're going to be able and allowed to lose before they consider you failing the test and they take the account from you. So let's do something here. So my question to you is, what is the quote unquote size of the account? Again, not purchasing power of the account, but the size of the account. If you're saying, well, Clay, it's $3,000, then you would be absolutely correct. Why? Because that is the drawdown. That is how much you are allowed to lose before you would be considered of failing the test, which is $3,000. So the terminology matters. There's purchasing power, and then there's size of the account. And the size of the account is the drawdown, because a drawdown is how much you are allowed to lose. And I know I'm repeating that, but that's something that you must understand, or else you're going to show up and you're like, oh, wow, I can get a $100,000 account for 165. So, wow, I mean, I could take like several $10,000 losses and I'd still have money left in that account. And I see where you're coming from, but that's not how it works, because 100,000 is not, I repeat, is not the size of the account. This is the purchasing power of the account. The size of the account is the total drawdown, which here is $3,000. And just to really drive it home, maybe I'm annoying you, but I don't care because this is very, very important to understand. So with the 150,000 account, is this the size of the account? Hopefully you're saying, no, you've annoyed us enough. That is not the size of the account. That is the purchasing power of the account. The size of the account is the drawdown amount that you're allowed to lose. So with a $150,000 account, you have $150,000 of purchasing power, but the size of the account is actually $4,500 because that is the amount that you can lose, because that is the drawdown. And make sure you understand this aspect regardless of the prop firm that you're looking at. So this is not unique to Take Profit Trader. this is something that all prop firms have in one way or the other, is you're going to see big numbers. You're going to see things like this. Some prop firms are up at like 300,000, but that's not the size. That's not how much you can lose. That's just the purchasing power that you have. It's all about figuring out what is the drawdown. How much am I allowed to lose before it's considered a failed challenge, failed combine, failed evaluation period? All prop firms use different terminologies, but they're suggesting and saying the same thing. So the size of the account is the drawdown amount. I've repeated that about 47 times, so I'm sure you're annoyed, but hopefully through annoyance, you now understand. So yes, if you are a beginner just getting started in the world of prop firms, this is something that you've got to understand, because think about it. If you show up thinking that you can lose 150,000, you could be taking crazy risks. You could be loading up on position size. You could be behaving in ways that in your mind seem valid because, well, I have $150,000 to lose. So you could be, like I said, doing a bunch of things. You could be behaving in ways that are okay if the assumption is true that you have 150,000 to lose. But that's a false assumption. Therefore, you're acting in a way that's very dangerous, because in the blink of an eye, poof, you could be at 4,500 and all of a sudden your account's gone. So just keep that in mind. Very, very important, and an aspect that must be understood, because without understanding it, like I said, you could find yourself behaving in ways that just don't make a whole lot of sense relative to what you can actually lose. And the amount you're actually allowed to lose would be $4,500 in this situation, because that is the drawdown amount. So if there are any other questions, I hope there's no questions, just because I've repeated it about 8 million times here. But if there is still a question on how this works, by all means, please let me know in the comment section. I'd be happy to help you out. And also make sure to use the link claytrader.com/take profit. I'll put that link down below, and that'll ensure that you are able to get the current promotion. And the promotions are always changing, but to ensure that you get the current promotion, because if you're watching this video, months or years from now, use that link down below in the description section, and that'll ensure that you get and are able to take advantage of this deal. So yes, understand, big difference between purchasing power, account size. Okay, that's the key dynamic. So if you enjoyed this, if you found it helpful, if I kind of enlightened you to something that maybe you weren't quite aware of, make sure you hit that like button. And again, if you have any questions, let me know down below. Thanks for watching.